Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
Well, it is December, and you know what happens at the end of this month. We have our New Year's Eve, which will open the door to the first day of the new year. And we have a special dialogue for you today. It's in our The World in Pictures category, and the title of our dialogue is Ringing in the New Year.
我们今天呢要来讲这个图解世界，所以同学呢，如果有我们的这个杂志的书的话呢，你可以看到一些图片，会介绍什么东西呢？我们今天的主题要讲到，哇，年底了，大家要干嘛？跨年 party 要来耶
！Ringing in the New Year.Minnie
and Jamie are organizing a New Year's Eve party at their place.
How many people can we invite?
I'd say 10. If we have any more, we might bother our neighbors.
It's New Year's Eve. No one cares.
You're right, but let's try to keep it around 10.
Okay. Do you think we should get balloons? I'd rather we didn't.
Really? Is it because everyone pops them? If so, we need other stuff for decoration.
How about confetti, streamers, and party blowers?
Yes, let's get all three. I think we need some party hats too. They are very cheap and our friends love to dress up and take pictures.
What about food and drinks?
Let's get some champagne and finger food for the guests. If they want anything else, they can bring it themselves.
Perfect. At 11:30, we can go on the roof and get ready to watch the fireworks.
That will be great. I love watching fireworks explode around Taipei 101. It looks magical.
It's one of the best displays in the world, and we only live 1 block away.
Okay, let's get busy with this dialogue. First, we'll introduce our two characters, Minnie and Jamie. Now, Minnie, you've heard of Minnie Mouse, right? So you know that's a girl's name. Jamie is one of the forms for James, which is the official name that some men have, James, which can be shortened to Jim, Jim, or Jamie. They are discussing what they're going to do for their New Year's Eve party. First, we start with Minnie. How many people can we invite? That's how we know it's going to be their party at their apartment or at their home. How many friends, how many guests can we have? How many people can we invite?
所以刚才呢，一开始我们介绍了2个主角，一个是 Minnie， 就是女生的名字，然后另外一个是 Jamie， 是男生的名字。那么他们2个人呢，现在正在筹划着 organizing， 就在筹划什么东西呢？哎呀，我们今天有一个 New Year's Eve 的 party， 在他们的这个地点。好，所以 Minnie 就接着说，你觉得我们应该要邀请，我们可以邀請多少人来我们家一起来参加这个 party 呢
？Well, Jim, I'll call him Jim, I'd say 10. Now, I'd say is not exactly. It is my opinion, and it really means about 10. If we have any more than 10, we might bother our neighbors because a big party is very loud, is very noisy.
好，所以呢，接下来这个 Jamie 就说了，我想大概是10个吧。当我们用到 I say 的意思，就是你在发表你的意见。好，所以你的意见说我认为应该是10个咯。为什么他认为是10个呢？他说，因为如果呢我们要邀请更多的人，超过10个的话呢，这个会 bother， 会打扰到我们的 neighbors。因为你要知道，像现在大部分人住在社区啦，又不是像这个比较郊外的地区，可能住一个一个的大房子，所以你旁边可能就有你的这个邻居，所以你一定是会打扰到他们的。
And that's why Minnie says, it's New Year's Eve. This is a New Year's Eve party. Who goes to sleep at 10 o'clock on a New Year's Eve? People at least stay up to watch the 101 or the whole world hour by hour as they greet in the new year or ring in the new year. That's what the title means. Ringing in doesn't necessarily mean you ring a bell. But, you know, people get very excited and very loud as they count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Happy New Year, everybody. No one cares, Minnie says, because you expect people. It's okay at that time of year to be loud and no one will be bothered. Take it easy.
所以 Minnie 的意思是说，拜托是 New Year's Eve 对不对？那一天谁会在那边一大早9点就睡觉？一定是要去等着倒数的时间。所以刚才Bruce老师就讲到这个 "bring in" 这个字，就是有迎接他那个到来的意思。好，所以他说拜托，没有人会在意这件事儿，好吧？不会有邻居去抗议的。
And Jim says, "You're right, but let's try to keep it around 10." Around here, of course, means about, and about 10 people. And maybe now he's not thinking of how much noise people make, but how many people there will be in their apartment. It's much harder to prepare a party for 15 people than for 8, 9, or 10.
好，所以呢，这个 Jamie 还是认为说，对啦，你说的是对，可是呢，我们还是试着呢，维持呢，还是大概10个人就可以了，所以他还是希望不要太多人。
Okay, well, let's take a short break before we continue explaining today's dialogue. Welcome back. Minnie continues the conversation. Okay, and she's responding to the suggestion by Jim that they keep it around or about 10 friends. Do you think we should get balloons? There are certain ways that people spend, if they're at home, not in a restaurant, not out on the street or in the outside in front of a big building waiting for that kind of show. But at home, birthday parties and New Year's parties, we expect people to have balloons. However, she says, I'd rather we didn't. I'd rather is a polite way to say, I want. We could also say, I'd prefer, P-R-E-F-E-R. I'd prefer we didn't. But she said, do you think we should get balloons? Why did she bring this up? Why did she mention it if she didn't want them?
Yeah. 所以他这边就说好啊，他这边的好啊就是回应他的上一句，就是说我们尽量呢还是维持邀请的人大概是10个就可以了。然后他接下来又接着问说呢，那你认为我们应不应该去买一些这个气球回来呢？好，那各位可以想象，气球就是会有制造出一些蹦蹦蹦的这个声音，所以他就接下来就说我觉得我还是宁愿不要这件事情发生。所以这个 I'd rather 就像刚才老师讲的，它是宁愿情愿的意思，所以他这边用 didn't 就是有点反的假设语气的一个用法，所以他这边为什么用过去式，就是因为跟现在事实相反，所以用了过去式。
And Jim responds, really? And I think it's because, well, you mentioned it, but then you said you didn't want them. Really? Is it because everyone pops them? Pop. To burst is another one, but pop is 比较口语的. B-U-R-S-T. So burst is the same thing as pop. For example, not just balloons, but your motorcycle or car tire can burst. And burst is neat because the 3 main forms of the verb are all the same. Burst, 不要加 ed. Burst, burst. And he continues. If so, if we're not going to buy balloons, we need other stuff. We need other things for decorations. He could also have said, we need other decorations.
好，所以他这边说，真的嘛，不要买这个气球嘛，好吧？他说是不是因为大家看到气球就是有这种冲动，想要拿一个尖尖的东西，啪！ 把它刺破嘞？他说是不是因为这样你怕那个有那个噗噗噗的声音呢？他说好吧，那如果是这样的话，我们没有要买那个气球，那可是你总不能邀请人家到你家来参加 party， 你家空空的什么都没有嘛，对不对？所以他说好吧，那我们就买一些其他的 stuff， 其他的一些东西。那这些 stuff 是为了什么目的呢？就是要做一些 decoration， 其他的一些装饰。
Okay, Minnie then considers this. She thinks about it. Is the sound we often make before or while we are thinking, before we make a decision. And she gives some suggestions to Jim. How about confetti? Confetti is very small pieces of paper that are colorful, and you can throw them into the air like snow. Another one is streamers. A streamer is a long piece of paper. It's usually in a roll at first, and you can pull out as much as you want and then hang it on trees or on walls inside the house, anything you like. And a party blower, think of a pipe, a man smoking a pipe, but it's usually a plastic part for the mouth, and then it's paper. And you blow into it, it will make a sound, and the paper will uncoil. Coil means to make into a circle. And when you start, it's in a circle. But when you blow it, it will go out, make a sound, and it's supposed to be fun.
OK， 好。
Supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be 可以，应该是会蛮好玩的。的意思就是说，当我在想一件事情，我在思考一个事情的时候，我就用到这样的一个发语词。接着他就给他的一个建议，他说：“那这样好不好？我们既然要买一些其他的东西来作为装饰，第一个我们买一个这叫做五彩的碎纸。好，接下来我们教到这些都是跟 decoration 有关的，比如说呢，这个碎纸就是那种颜色很多的小小片，然后你可以抛在空中的。第二种呢 ，streamers 呢，它是指长长的那种彩带，然后通常它是先卷起来，然后你可以把它这样拉长，然后你可以放在树上啦、什么墙壁上啦、任何的地方。然后最后一个什么叫 party blowers 呢？就是刚才不是老师很像烟斗。OK， 很像烟斗的形状，只是它一开始的时候，你把它放在你的嘴巴里面，然后它是这样子卷那个吸管的地方放在嘴巴，它是卷起来的。然后当你用力的吹气的时候呢，它会发出噗的声音，然后那个就像一个舌头一样的嘟嘟嘟卷出去，然后再嘟嘟嘟卷回来，有没有？所以你一直噗，它就是平的。然后当你不吐气的时候，它就又卷回来。所以我们这个称之为 party blowers。OK。I
mentioned the verb coil. It can also be a noun. When something is wrapped up in a circle, C-O-I-L, C-O-I-L, coil. Okay, Jim responds. Now he thinks about what his friend Minnie has said. Yes, that's a good idea. Let's get all three. Let's buy or prepare all three that you mentioned, confetti, streamers, and the party blowers. I think we need some party hats, too. Special hats, usually shaped like this, and very colorful party hats. They are very cheap. They don't cost much money. And our friends love to dress up and take pictures. So it doesn't matter what you wear. When you wear a party hat, you know you're at a party.
好，所以这边呢，他就说太好了，我们三个都买吧，对不对？既然呢，反正不买气球了，那就这三个通通买了。所以 get all three 就三个都买。然后他说呢，接下来我认为我们还要再买什么呢？买一些 party 里面要戴的帽子。好，它可能有各式各样的形状。那呢，他说为什么要买这个帽子？因为他觉得反正这些帽子很便宜啊，而且我们的朋友们呢也喜欢，大家来 party 都要干嘛？打扮一下嘛，对不对？这个戴个帽子，身上挂一些彩带啊什么的，然后顺便照个相，所以他们就三个 decorations 通通都要买。
Okay, before we continue the rest of the conversation, let's take a short break. Okay, let's continue our conversation. Minnie now asks a question. She gave some suggestions, but now she wants Jim's suggestions about food and drinks, things to eat. And because it's New Year's Eve, and because they're probably adults, they will no doubt want some kind of alcohol, wine, beer, liquor. But they will also prepare other soft drinks like cola, 7-Up, and things like that.
好，所以接下来呢，这个 Minnie 讲到了，哎，那我们买了这些装饰品，最重要 party 里面总要有吃的跟喝的吧？所以他就说，哎，那这个吃的跟喝的，你打算怎么办？那像刚才 Bruce 老师讲了，因为他们都是成年人，可能是成年人了，所以呢，这些喝的就包含有酒精类的饮料啦，还有一些非酒精性的，像这个汽水啦，等等等的。好，所以这个就是他们的食物跟他们的饮料。
Jim also has a suggestion. Let's get some champagne, also called sparkling wine. Sparkle is to shine, and champagne has a lot of bubbles, so it looks shiny. And finger foods for the guests. Finger foods, it's not like a restaurant and you have a plate with many things on it. You've got potato chips, you have pretzels, you have things that you just pick up and eat one at a time. Those are finger foods. They're easy to make or simple to buy. If they want anything else, if they want any other food, they can bring it themselves. And people often do that. They will prepare cooked dishes, but after you cook it, they put it in the refrigerator, and then they'll take it to the party. You've got noodles, you've got boiled potatoes, lots and lots of foods that you can put onto a plate and eat during the party.
好，所以接下来他就说了，哎，那我们就来买一些呢，这个 champagne 啦，就是香槟啦，还有什么叫 finger foods 呢？就是像刚才老师讲的，比如说一些小饼干啦，或者一些炸的东西放在一个盘子里面，你用你的手指头就可以抓，那他们很容易就准备了哈。所以比如说像洋芋片等等的。好，来给我们的客人准备这些吧。因为呢，再来就是说，如果他们真的还想要吃别的，我们已经准备了这个香槟了，还有这些手抓的这些食物了。那如果他们还想要吃别的东西，很简单嘛，自己带来，对不对？所以你就可以自己去 supermarket 先买好这些东西，然后你可能用微波炉热一下，你就可以带过来一起吃了。
Perfect, says Minnie. We don't have to mention anything else. We've got all the details we need for our party. She then says at 11:30, remember, New Year's starts officially at 12 o'clock midnight, but at 11:30, we can go on the roof. They leave the apartment and go up to the top of their building and get ready to watch the fireworks.
好，所以他说太棒了，完美啊，对不对？所以我们现在有了 decorations 了，也有这些吃的喝的了，太好了。那么11点半的时候呢，我们大家就可以上屋顶的这个屋顶上面去了，因为呢，大概12点就准备接近12点要开始这个 party 的倒数的时候了，所以我们大概11点半大家就可以上屋顶了。然后大家准备好到屋顶干嘛呢？去欣赏我们的烟火的释放。记得 firework 一定要加 s fireworks。That
will be great. I love watching fireworks explode around Taipei 101. So he completely agrees to her idea and reminds her that he really likes to watch. Who doesn't? Taipei 101 fireworks. It's one of the best displays of fireworks in the world.
没错。
It looks magical. It doesn't even look real.
好，所以他就说，哇，这样好棒哦，对不对？因为我真的好喜欢 love 后面加了 ing， 就是我真的最喜欢就是去观赏、去欣赏这样的烟火。然后这个烟火呢 explode， 记得前面有一个感官动词的 watch， 所以后面那个动词我们用原形动词。这个 explode 当然就是讲这个烟火这样子棒绽放出来那个感觉，然后就在这个 Taipei 101的这个周遭，哇，看起来简直像变魔术一样的美丽呢。
And we finish with Millie, it's one of the best displays in the world. Display is show. It's as simple as that. And one of is going to be plural. And we only live one block away. So within 5 minutes or so, they could walk from their apartment to Taipei 101. It's not necessarily just one block, but it's very close.
How convenient. OK， 就是太方便了吧？所以他就说了，这个烟火秀呢，101的烟火秀绝对是世界上呢很棒的表演其中的一个。记得，因为他用 one of 是其中一个，所以你后面的那个名词要用复数的。好，接下来呢，他说，反正我们住的地方呢，才离台北101才一个 block， 才一个街区，走过去就看到，所以你看多么的方便，不用人挤人，对不对
Okay, let's take a look at our review words for today. The words we think are very helpful for you, or interesting, or both. We start with ring in. This is especially used at New Year's because it's a very loud, happy party.
所以这个 ring in 呢，就是指我们要去迎接、去跨年这个动作。所以像老师刚才讲，通常是比较吵闹、热闹的这样的一个 party。
To organize is to put things into order conveniently.
要去安排，要去筹划。
If you'd rather do something, you'd prefer to do something.
表示宁愿、情愿的意思。
Remember, we said pop means burst, B-U-R-S-T.
把什么东西砰戳破。
Dress up is to wear special clothes that are beautiful, clothes for a party or for a special occasion.
我们叫盛装打扮。
Roof is the top of a building.
屋顶。
Magical. Bernice's teaching is magical.
Thank you. 好，就像魔术一般的好呢。
Display, we already said, it's a show.
表演。
And this is the end of our show for today.
Yep.
Stay with us through the whole month. Till the next time, bye-bye.
Bye.